Too much pressure. Yeah, I'm late today. I'm late. Sarang first. Begin with and.
First the introduction. Some I not know you.
No, Sarang is always first. Before my name, I have to say I love you guys. So, my full name is Alaji Mane, but everybody knows me as AJ. It's a nickname, I think it's England thing. And I'm from Guinea-Bissau originally, so west part of Africa. Small country with 2 million people, so most people don't know it. So it's good. And I moved to UK when I was 17 to 18. Obviously my family were here already. My mom and dad were here like for at least 10 years before I moved, and my brothers were born here and sisters. But I didn't know, my brothers were born here, but my sisters came when they were like a little. But I was raised in Guinea-Bissau by my grandparents. So my grandparents only have one kid, which is my father. And they took me because I was the first born, the first son. Okay. They took me as the second, child in a sense. Because they didn't actually raise my father, so they were like, oh, we're gonna raise this kid. And my father wasn't a devout Muslim when he met my mother, because my mother is Christian, so my father is Muslim. But when he met my mother, they were young, like 20, 22, both of them. So they dated and then they had me. And my father traveled when I was 6 months old, traveled to Europe, Portugal specifically. And because of religious different beliefs, and my grandparents opted that my father married someone that's the same belief, and that belief, Muslim, you have to obey and everything. And my father obeyed and took another, took a wife in a sense, because he didn't marry my mother. And from there on, it's like I didn't get to be raised by my mother, so I was mainly like on a Muslim side. I was taught how to pray, how to do all the basic things in Islam. I grew up being a Muslim in a sense. But like I was surrounded by many Christians, so all my friends were Christian in a sense. So sometimes they invite me to church, or even like the playground is actually a church in a sense. So when I go there, I was always in contact with Christianity in a sense. Yeah. And that implanted something in me. That planted something in me in a sense of I'm like, these people they're not strict with their faith, but at the same time they show me so much love, like the Christians that I knew. And that touched me, but I didn't know how to actually elaborate that feeling that I had in me. Until I was 14, I decided, I'm gonna explore this feeling in a sense, and then I started going to church, Christian church. Obviously, in the beginning, I was beaten because of it. Yeah, my grandfather was beaten. It's fine. It's a part of the culture in Africa. Kids are beaten when they misbehave in a sense. I took a lot of beating before that. That's just side beating.
Incidental.
Yeah. And my grandfather, when they tell him that I'm in church, he used to go there like in full service. He used to go there like, hey, Alaji. And I used to run to the back door and everything. It was full blown. But then when I turned 15, because I was stubborn in a sense, I kept on going. It got to a point that he didn't even care about, he got tired, I think so. Because he was old as well. I could outrun him. Now catch me.
Poor old man.
And then I kept on going until I was like 17 before I came to UK. At that point, my grandfather passed away. But before he passed away, he said something that really touched me, because I think when you're in a deathbed, you realize certain things. He said, I don't really have that interest in what kind of religion you follow, just follow the one that your heart is guiding you to. And I was like, okay, you just realize that now. But anyway, so I came to UK, so that was the first time because my father used to go back and visit me, holiday and things like that. But that was the first time that when I came to UK, I get to live with my father. Yeah, and then second, the wife that my father took, she partially raised me before she came to UK. So she contributed in raising me when I was from 5 to 11. Then she came to UK with my sisters. And so I came here and then I was living with them. All loved everything, and then until like it gets to a point that I was having a difficult with my father because I'm like my father. We both like have strong opinions about things, and we have this conviction. If we believe this thing, we have to see if or even if it's wrong in a sense. And my father was strict, and I was actually like I had a strong beliefs about things. So when I want to do things my father doesn't want me to do, I still do it. And then so much conflict in the house. It gets to a point where I wanted to say that. Cause in the beginning, I used to go to this Christian church, and they used to tell me, just be wise, be careful, just wait until you go to university. But I'm not that type of person. If I feel something is right, I want to see it through. I don't want to wait, like play all this little game of like being wise. I don't want to be wise. I want to see what is this. Yeah, in a sense, yeah, which is no good sometimes. But like, yeah, so they told me all that, but I didn't take heed of the advice, and I told my father, I'm like, I want to explore my mother's side of faith, which is Christianity. And my father was like, okay, if you want to, explore that side, then you can't be living here, which is understandable because he set the precedent of how we want us to grow, especially like my little brothers, how we want them to grow. Me coming and changing all that is not a good thing in a sense. So he kicked me out, and that was 1 year after I came to UK. So I came in 2019 when I turned 18 when I came, and then I got kicked out when I was 18 to 19. So in 2020, before COVID in a sense. And I was living with so many different people, Sudanese. I was jumping from places to places because I wasn't working full time. I was mainly working for part time, and then COVID hit 2 months later. So I couldn't get a job and everything. And then I was doing college, which is also like an IT and math, like English or another language. And after that, I was like, okay, fine. Now I need to get a full time job. Because I can't be doing this. Like if I'm not going to uni or anything, like finish my thesis, I need to focus on working full time. I went to this little town called Skonto. I think if you're English, don't go there. There's better cities than So I went to this little town. I was working in chicken factory actually. I was working with Polish. Those people are mad. Like, the standard of working, the way they pressure you, that was my first full-time job. They're like, yeah, the passport, everything so fast. I'm like, chill out, guys, you're killing me. I'm just 18. So I worked there for like 6 or 7 months, and then there's so many stories in between, but the main point is like now I'm working, so I'm taking care of myself in a sense, like paying my bills and what people call children are growing. But during this period, there's something like missing, because that's the reason I was jumping from places to places. If I work 3 months in one place, I would say no, I have to go and see another place, because I think I miss this, this sense of like, I want this sense of belonging somewhere, like of a family, the one that I had with my grandparents. Because even though they were strict, they showed me so much love growing up. Even though they were Muslim, like the way that they loved me, you can tell like is above their own belief in a sense. So I kept on looking, but like you go from some certain churches where you don't really feel like, because it's mainly like ostentation, like showing up for Sunday service, people dress good, but like outside of that, there's not really community. Dressing good is good, but like there needs to be something more than that, And that's mainly it, just working. And then I went back to Guinea-Bissau 2 years after I came to UK, which is 2021 to 2022. And I spent 6 months there, because when I was in UK, I was getting money because I was doing some things that are not actually good on the side. And I was getting money, but like I didn't have any structure, I didn't have any guidance. So I was mainly buying clothes and spending it with my friends and things like that, things that young people do. And not in this community, but outside this community, people do it. So I went back home, Guinea-Bissau, and then I was like, this is refreshment for me, because I need to understand where I come from. Like, This money that I'm getting, how can I use it for the benefits of other people in a sense.
Right.
So going back home really humbled me in a sense of I see people living, because when I was there, I can see, but it was normal to me until I came to UK and I have a different understanding of things and a different way of looking at financial, because UK is really like business-oriented country in a sense, like this. So most things are business, like even relationship-wise in certain sense are like business. So going back home, I really see the importance of what I gained from UK, so I can implement or
apply.
Apply. Thank you. I need to learn information. So I came back to UK as with different perspective and perception on things,
Right.
and that from that point on I was mainly focused on businesses in a sense. So I tried to start in business back home, like so taxi business, transportation business, and so many other things. But until I met this person called Cynthia. I actually met Cynthia. I knew Cynthia before I came to UK, but I met her when I went back to university. So after I spent those 2 years, I met Cynthia. So Cynthia is this girl that just has a lot of love to give in a sense, and with not much expectation in a sense. So we were actually dating, and then she showed me so much love and grace during those periods. So that built the foundation for me to trust her when she said something. And then 1 year later or 2 years later, she joined the movement, which is like 2024. Junka, is it 2024?
2024.
2024, November 2024, she joined the movement, right? And then when she joined the movement, 2 months later, she contacted me, because we were broken up at that point. She contacted me, she was like, AJ, you need to join this thing is cool. I'm like, what are you talking about? Messiah? Christ? No, like this Korean. And Cynthia didn't actually tell me that true father is no longer in this like physical world. She was speaking about true father, she loved true father. I'm like, this girl is dead. This girl is crazy. So, and 6 months after that, so February to September or August, whatever. So because during those periods she stopped talking about true father, but she kept on showing love. So I was at the back of my mind, I'm like, that people don't normally do this. If they show you love, but you don't align with like that kind of love, I'm like, let's just forget about this person. So at that point, I was like, because I was getting trained to be, security, like to get my SIA badge, and I was really reflecting, because I've always believed that there's God, but I just don't like the idea of religion. Yes, I don't like this idea of like, oh, we need to do this a certain way. I want to do my own things. But I think like when there's lack of love, you want to do that naturally. Like if the community is not showing that much of love, you want to like, well, they don't care about me, let me just do what I want to do in a sense. Yeah, but when the community is showing love, it's like it's different story, right? So, in a sense of, I told Cynthia, I want to know like what transformed your life to this point. Because when we were dating, I can really see that things that I say can bother her sometimes. Like I can battle her easily. But after she joined the movement, it's not easy thing to do anymore. But I'm not saying that I did it naturally, but I'm like, sometimes my personality like a clash with her way of being, and then she gets angry. But after she joined the movement, I couldn't do that anymore, and then I can see that myself as well. I'm like, okay, this is good. So I told Cynthia, how do I join this movement of yours? How do I go and see what is this about?
Right.
And she knew Beatrice, a girl from London, Beatrice Mambok, and she got me in contact with Beatrice, and then Beatrice redirected me to Uncle Dad in a sense. And then I joined the movement. That's the fun. This is where the fun begins. Good stuff. So last week Nick talked about ship. So today I'm just gonna add one word to ship and then make a relationship.
Okay, very classic.
Yeah. So a typical relationship has 3 phases. The first phase is mainly about honeymoon, like getting to know each other, and you think this guy is amazing, or this guy is amazing, or this man or woman, they're amazing. And then there's the second phase, which is realization, where you start to know them really, like, they're not that amazing, but yeah. And then the last phase is like to actually make a decision. Do I want to, even though they're imperfect, but do I want to live with the imperfections? And I'm not like you guys, but from my little here and there, I know these things. So. I've been married yet, but like, so my relationship with this community went through that phases as well. And so I'm in the last phase right now, which is like decision part. Like, is this something I want to be committed for the rest of my life? So when I joined the movement, I came to Uncle Dale's house. But prior to that, Uncle Dale he insulted me first before. he insulted me first. He was like,
sounds like Dale, yeah.
He wanted to know everything about me. He was like, did you come by asylum? Man, I didn't come by asylum. Legally. I legally entered the UK. Yeah, so, but he was trying to know everything about me in a sense, and then he was asking questions, amazing questions and everything. So I was like, why is this guy, he doesn't even know me, why is he so preoccupied with who I am or wanting to know everything about me in a sense. I'm like, okay, that's, sparked my interest into coming the first time. So we marked for me to come. Was Friday on the 20th of September, if I'm not mistaken, so something like that. Yeah. And I came. I saw something that I've only experienced when I was with my grandparents. Is this community of like everybody loves each other, not just the love that they gave me, but like, you can see the way that they act with each other, like around each other. Like, I want this in a sense, but like you still like have those questions and then So a morning after that, because I decided to stay. Actually, I came just for Friday, and then after the dinner I'll go back. But then Uncle Dad said, Danny's going back. Danny's going to Scotland tomorrow. Do you want to go with them? I'm like, yes. I know this. I want more of this. Like, I'm not doing anything tomorrow Saturday. So I decided to go to Scotland with Daniel, and then we met Daniel and Alex. Yeah. Almost forgot. Yeah. Daniel and Alex, we went to Scotland and then we met. And then I saw something that I want my kid to grow in. Like, I saw a community where young people, not just like, the way that they play with each other, but like things that they talk about. I'm like, this is things that I want to talk about. Because I've always wanted a place where I can practice my ideas of love, but I never had it. Because, just working 9 to 5, people in factory and all the time, like, don't talk about, I want to be alright. They just want to get their money and get away out, get out of that place. So, I saw that this community really had something special through the second gen, not the first gen. Because the first gen can try to impress you sometimes, but the second gen will really see what is this community about. Yeah. And I saw the love that they're sharing between them. I'm like, wow, I want this. So from that moment on, I was open to anything. So I came to services after that, like 2, 3, or 4 services, and then I went on AJ mode, which I call because I needed time to process everything. Like this is good, what they're showing me good, but do I want to be committed to this? Because it's not just obviously they show you love, but then they're expecting that I grow and then I show this love to other people as well in a sense. I'm like, am I ready for this? Because all this, this year that I've been living by myself, I've been building a persona or type of character to survive out there, but those characters I don't need inside the community because it's a different atmosphere. So I'm like, am I ready to give up all this ego, all this I'm a this, I've been taking care of myself. Because when you come to this community, it's not just yourself. You need to be dependent. You need to depend on other people in a sense. Yeah. And that's not something I'm used to in a sense for the last 6 or 7 years. And I'm like, okay, but then there's a turning point, which is love. Like there's a us young people, we have a really fast love, but it's not secure, reliable. But then normally when people show you love, like a real love, and then or the genuine like love, and then you don't reciprocate, most of the time they're like, maybe he's not interested, like it's fine, let me leave him be, or it's like, if he doesn't want to give me anything back, let me leave him be. But then Uncle Dad kept on reaching out, even though I wasn't replying. Hey Jay, are you okay? You looking all this? I'm like, what is this guy doing? Why is he so interested in me? That's what I'm trying to understand. Is this guy trying to scam me? Yeah, I was so amazed by that, like this trying to reach me out, trying to see how I'm doing, trying to see. They didn't even care because he thought that I was going through something really, but I was just taking my time and I didn't want to be interrupted in a sense, like to be pressured by to make decisions. I'm like, let me take my time with him. And then because of that consistency and to showing up every time, like every couple of days sending me message, okay, but I wasn't replying, I was seeing this one, nah. So I go to a point where I'm like, if someone is this consistent in loving, this is someone I want to learn from, in a sense. This is the place where I have to be. If I want to practice all these ideas of love that I have, this is the place.
Yeah.
So I contacted Uncle Dad and explained everything I was going through, why I wasn't responding. And he said, okay, it's fine, AJ. Yeah. What do you want? You wanna come to service? I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to come. And then I came back to the community. From that point on, I think I made my mind already, like, if I want to stay in this community or not, and it's obvious that I wanted to stay. And then, 2 weeks later, he proposed that I should move to Bolton and do mission, part-time mission. That was the original idea, part-time mission. Yeah. So I moved, then he goes, nah, there's full-time waiting for me. So I was meant to start the mission with the team that I am with right now, but then the visas were getting, being delayed, and I had to go to London. London is not for the weak. Empower. Alex, Daniel, Empower is waiting for you guys. So I went to Empower, which was a crazy experience in my own word, but at the same time, I think is the foundation for me having a good relationship with this team now. Because when I went to Empower, I struggled because I thought the struggle that I was struggling with, I didn't need them. Like, you think that I've grown past these things. I don't have to struggle with this thing. This immaturity, these things. Like, I'm a man, like, past this thing. Like, just like my ego was, my pride. But then I think God sent me to Empower because He really wanted me to look at those experiences again and actually learn, like, really learn, not just, saying, like, think that you know it. And that was the first phase of joining, receiving love. That was the honeymoon phase, where Uncle Dad was showing me so much love, and then Rose family in general, Daniel specifically, and then Vanderstock, and the entire community. That was the honeymoon phase, and then the realization phase is when I went to Empower, and I realized it's not so perfect. These kids are immature for sure, but I'm immature as well because I can see that my pride, my ego, things I've been building throughout the years are the ones that can make me stay here or not stay here.
Right.
So I decided maybe I need to humble myself and actually learn from these people. And then when I went, because before I used to think that because I live out there, I can teach these kids something, but actually they're the ones that can teach me something. And then I humbled myself in a sense. I was serving. Junior is the person that I struggled with the most because he had the same type of personality as me. There are people that action, they want to do things, And sometimes I'm like, you need to give space for what people to do. You can't be thinking that, But then but the way that I delivered it wasn't the best. And I used to be really why are you doing that? You shouldn't be doing it, instead of Junior, why do you think, that was the best way to go about it. And then when I humbled myself and I was seeking him out, in a sense of going to him and saying, even when he's doing things that I know how to do, I'm like, can you teach me how to do this, in a sense? And in that sense, our relationship transformed completely.
Yeah.
Because now he can talk to me about his problems. Like, the things that I was saying, in a sense, it wasn't like he's bad, but I didn't know where Junior came from.
Yeah.
So I didn't know the things that like he struggled with. Like that's why he couldn't receive blunt criticism. Because I think that if you criticize me, I'll take it. That doesn't mean that Junior, if I criticize Junior, so I had to learn that. I had to learn to speak his love language in a sense, and then I lean and an entire group. And then after Empower, I realized that I'm a baby. And spiritually, I'm a baby, so I need to learn. I need to get everything that I can. I need to read books. I need to watch people. I need to do everything. That's my realization in Empower, and then I came back and I joined UPA. So to conclude, like what I want from this community is actually what I want is like it's what I want to give to this community. First, I think that the process of living a faithful life is not to be saved. It's to continuously being saved. In a sense. Like it's not like you join them, you're saved. You're not saved because I think that the moment that you get too comfortable with your faith, that's where the problems start. You need to always think that there's room for me to grow, there's room for me to be lifted, to be guided, to be inspired. And I feel like that's me now. So I'm trying to absorb anything, any advice, any way that you think that it's a way for me to grow. Please, the entire community, feel free to reach out and let me know, because I want to grow. I don't want to be baby. I don't like the idea of being baby.
I know.
I want to be grown like you guys. I'm inspired, so I'm dedicated. You can see that I'm doing mission, but I want to do more than just 1 year of mission. Because this is a way of life. It's not just I do mission and then okay, AJ, you have mission and I'll get a good wife and then relax. No.
Really? It's not that way?
I don't want to relax. I want to continuously have a way of living like I was.
Listen, when you get a wife, you don't relax.
All right, Chris.
Yes. Yesterday I was working with Uncle Chris, and then he's this little things that I want to learn. I was working with him, and then there was a branch on there was a branch on the road. But I was walking past it, and they said, "AJ, can you pick that?" Because I'm like, this is the thing that I want. I want people to be reminding me of my original self. Like, I know I have these things in me. That was like, if you don't have people that will remind you, which is community self, you get lost in it. So I want to say this: I'm blessed. I'm glad I'm here, and hopefully we can build a better community, because there's always room to improve. Thank you very much.
Most people didn't know what you've been going through these last months, and also your journey just to get to Britain. So many years God was preparing, I'm sure, and your ancestors, of course. Not just your course, but the ancestors too. So we're all leading up to the main event, actually. Although that was incredible. Let's do another round of applause. Yeah, what a testimony, what a story. But here we have special guests who've come far to meet us. And I've personally been so touched by their normality. They're normal, really approachable people. It's like when I hear leadership, I'm usually like, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to say? I need to be... But they're just so down to earth and so incredibly willing to support and help in any way. And I gave them an extreme course yesterday, and they visited so many people and spoke to so many people and listened to so many people. Sorry, maybe too much, but they willingly visited everybody until late at night. They were investing last night. So this is the Angelucci couple here who've come to meet us. They are the vice presidents of Europe, actually. So they are assisting Mike and Fumiko Balcom. So that's their role, their responsibility, their position. But when I saw them yesterday talking to various people, we had Carl and Giuseppe in our kitchen yesterday, and I was just thinking, they're like IWs back in the day, you know, visiting families and just listening and supporting. I was really touched by their heart just to listen. They're not here to tell what to do or give direction, but just to try to understand and support. So I was really touched by their humility. So Umberto is, he said this morning, he just was reminded, it's his 45-year anniversary of joining the movement. 45 years! So they joined back in the early 80s, at the beginning of the 80s, like some of you did back in the day, right? But their journey was an incredible journey. So they worked in Afghanistan, right? That was where they really, I think, tuned their life of faith. And you know, working with Taliban is a very extreme course. And also working with Islam, right? Not just working with Christianity, but I was very touched by their story of working with the Muslim faith. And, you know, treating them as brothers and sisters, not seeing them as an enemy, but working with them and trying to support and help them. So I was very touched. And next they went to the Middle East, as maybe you might have seen them in their mission in the Middle East, and they settled there in Lebanon and worked with our dear sister Sarah, who had been in Sheffield for a few years with us. And so we were connected. And we also helped support some of their projects and their activities. But then True Mother saw this incredible couple there working in Middle East and picked them up and chose them for the whole of Europe and Middle East, and Russia included. So they are now on a whirlwind tour of this region. How many nations?
16.
How many?
60.
Oh, the region is 71.
71 nations!
We're not going to visit.
So they're on a tour. Let's give a round of applause. So, you know, I think that's only true parents are doing such a thing, visiting so many nations. So they've been visiting the Baltics. They spent more than a week in Russia, right? A couple of weeks.
3 months.
3 months.
Russia.
They traveled to all of Russia, visiting all the members, the huge region of Russia. And then they came to Baltics and Finland, right? And now finally to the UK. So they're visiting us first. So God is interested in Manchester. God cares about the north of England. So, guys, we are getting the attention of God, right? So, yeah, so with that introduction, we are very, very grateful to have them here with us. So let's welcome the Angelucci couple here to introduce themselves.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
I want somebody there on the back. There are 2 seats here. Actually, 3.
Front row seats.
Yeah.
Front row
No,
seats.
down there. Yeah. The young ones, yeah.
Oh.
Usually I like to see young faces. I'm sorry.
Okay, I see.
But before my wife will give the message today, we'd like to sing a song for you. Is that good? We have an Italian song that we have prepared. That's good?
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, so Which one? Santa Lucia?
Ah.
Also Levy or Santa Lucia? You can choose.
The other one, we always hear Santa Lucia, the other one.
The other one? Oh, but I think the glasses will break. So this song actually, also Levio, means when we see your face, like somebody knows here from it. When I see your face, I see the sunlight. But for me, it's the light of God. We have a beautiful community today, so we want to sing this song. Maybe for those who know this song, can you help us? Che bella cosa, una giornata di sole, un'aria serena, dopo la tempesta, per l'aria fresca, pare già una festa. Che bella cosa una giornata del sole. Okay, together. Manna del sole, più bello in me. Come on. Oh sole mio, stai in fronte a te. Oh sole mio, stai in fronte a te. All together. Stai in fronte a te.
A lot of good music.
You know, my husband's very famous in front of True Mother. She calls him Santa Lucia. Because when he first received his mission, he asked, can I sing a song? And it was Santa Lucia. So always, many times, she calls, where's Santa Lucia? Very nice. Yeah, so today's a special service, and Reverend Dew, I guess, I don't know, maybe it was True Mother. I didn't hear directly that it was True Mother, but they're really hoping that we can have a united heart and mind, a united vision as our movement, as children of our true parents. They're really hoping that we can really understand our true parents' heart and understand our true parents' needs and desires, and how we can support our true parents together as a community. So it's important for us to have the same mindset. You know, we're individuals, of course, and we have our own inspirations, our own hopes and dreams, but as the family of true parents, they are our parents. They are everything, heavenly parents. True parents are representing heavenly parent, right? So we need to think like true parents. We need to have a common vision and a common hope. That is not what my
It's coming.
looks like. Okay, so let's see how we're gonna work here.
You move up a little bit, Daniel.
Okay.
It's possible, just so you can see it right at the top.
So this kind of service is actually, you know, very important because honestly speaking, as you probably understand, we're not united as a movement. And we need to really work on that. You know, there's a lot of things going on that maybe we disagree with, or we don't understand, or we don't feel is the way we should be going. And that does not help the situation of our true parents. So we need to make an effort to see a common vision and work together for that common vision. So I'd like to read some words from True Mother when she had the proclamation of the Chanil Gokin Chanil Santo. Anyways, I'll read it to you. Can we make it smaller? How do we do
It's
that?
slightly smaller.
So Heavenly Parent, the Creator, this is Mother's words, right? Heavenly Parent, the Creator and Master of the universe. Today, we are finally reached this unique day after you patiently endured and waited for 6,000 years. Did God only wait 6,000 years? How many years did God wait? We don't know, right? Was it longer than 6,000 years?
Yes.
Longer than 60,000 years?
Yeah.
60 million years? And he waited for 6,000 years due to the fall. Heavenly Parent, we thank you. We offer our profound gratitude and our humble apologies. Mother's apologizing to Heavenly Parents. Now you are truly the rightful master of this earth. Our second and third generation, the pure water, born of many blessed families. Who are those blessed families?
Us.
Right? Who exist because of true parents, are going out to the world to impart the vision of your earthly kingdom across the land. From this day forward, Heavenly Parent, please embrace and love your children with all your heart. This world will now gradually be set in order under your dominion. And a world of one family of humankind attending the Heavenly Parents with true love will surely unfold. Will surely unfold. Does Mother lie?
No.
Does Mother say something she's unsure of, or that she doubts, or that she worries about?
No.
So she's proclaiming at this most historic day that this will surely unfold. In the name of Holy Mother Han, I proclaim to the world that the gates of heaven, the gates of Chanilguk, are now wide open. So True Mother is very confident. She has no doubts that the world of one family attending Heavenly Parent will come. Is that hopeful?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, at least she believes in it. Do you believe in it?
Yes.
Do you believe in it? Really? Thank you, Brian. Well, let me tell you, it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. It's going to happen. You can doubt, you can worry, you can think, oh, this is impossible, how is that going to happen? How are we going to build Chanilguk? What about the Chanilguk Constitution? You can do all of that. That's fine. This is a democracy, right? But it's still going to happen. And you can just sit and watch it if you want, and be an observer. That's also fine. God will still accept you. But know for sure that it's going to happen. Gratitude. Mother talks about gratitude a lot. Do you understand about gratitude? So what do we have to be grateful for?
To be alive.
Okay, great, to be alive. Anything else?
We've got meaning and purpose in our lives.
We've got meaning and purpose. We're in the Peace and Purpose Center, right? Right? Who taught us about this purpose? Our true parents, right? So we have been given everything actually in order to create a wonderful life. We've been told exactly the principles of life and how to live that life. God has explained everything. Father has explained hours and hours and hours how we should live and what we should do. So do you realize that?
Yeah.
Do you understand, right?
Mhm.
So true parents taught how to live, how to make a happy couple, and how to make a happy family. Also, how to make a peaceful world. They taught us everything. Do you agree?
Yes.
So if we're not happy, what is the problem? Hmm? Are you all like exceedingly happy every day and you feel purpose and meaning and joy in your life?
Every day's a good day.
Every day's a good day.
Not every day. Not every day.
But do we all feel that all the time?
No.
No, right? So what's the problem? Is God the problem?
No.
Are true parents the problem?
No.
Is the principal the problem?
No.
What's the problem?
Me.
All right. Very good. But just think about it. Even we have not been able to do all the things true parents expected, still they love us. And they have not given up on us.
I do.
So what should we be grateful for?
Always forgiven.
That's right. We're always forgiven
Patient.
for the love and the grace of our true parents. At least we should realize how much true parents love us and care about us. And she's asking all the time, how are the blessed members? How are the children? How's everybody doing? She's not thinking about herself at all. She's not concerned. She fell. She fell in the prison. They think either January or February because she fell a couple of times. And she did something to her shoulder, but she never complained about it. She never said anything. So nobody realized that she was in pain. And then finally she mentioned it and they realized that she was in pain and she needed an operation in her shoulder. Do you know any other 84-year-old woman that's like that? The 84-year-olds that I know are like, oh, it hurts so much. Why doesn't anybody care about me? Take me to the doctor. Right? Not our mother. Our mother sees everything that she's going through as an offering to help us, to maybe fill up that gap that hasn't been done. So, true parents see us through God's eyes and love us as God does. Do you know that God only sees our goodness? Do you realize that? Do you have like a kind of conversation with God ever? Right? So sometimes I sit in the prayer room in the Junction 1 and I just talk to God. Oh, I'm really upset. This member, they promised me they'd do this and this and they didn't do it and I don't know what to do. Now I have to do it and it's really difficult. Do you know what God says to me? He doesn't say, yeah, you're right. That guy's a real jerk. What does God say to me? He says, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Just be patient. They'll learn. Don't give up. Just love them more. Try again. Talk to them again. This is God's heart. Even about me, when I make a mistake and I've got a very strong character and I say things very directly many times and, there's always a good part and a bad part about that. Sometimes I hurt people and then I go to the prayer room and I say to God, I'm so sorry, I did it again. And God says, don't worry, it's okay, you meant well. Just apologize. Or just let them know that you care. This is God's heart. And divine principle teaches us that what should we do in our life? What's the goal of our life? 3 blessings, right? So first blessing is what? Okay, what does that mean? To be fruitful, Gloria says. What does that mean? Come on.
Become mature like AJ told us.
Yeah. What does it mean to be mature?
Come on, press on true love.
What's that?
Capacity to love.
Capacity to love like
God.
like God. You must be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect, Jesus told us. We don't take that seriously enough. Because of our Christian background, we think nobody can be like God, or the Muslims have this concept even stronger. God is very distant, I can't be like God, but God wants us to be like Him. And why does He want, or her, why does God want us to be like them?
Because He feels joy looking at His children.
He feels joy and He can relate to us. Those of you that have adult children, you know how great it is, right? When they finally grown up and they understand what you went through, how difficult it is to be an adult, you know? And you can really communicate. This is what God's waiting for. God's waiting for us to be able to share everything with us. He found that in true parents. And true parents said constantly, don't worry about me. True mother said, don't worry about me, God. We're going to help you. We're going to help you solve these problems. We're going to build the world where you can come and have dominion. And now Mother has done that. She's created a place where God can come. It's really amazing. If you talk to God, you will hear only positive words of encouragement and inspiration. So we need to be like that too. We need to be people that can encourage each other and love each other and really care for each other. So we have to be grateful for the love and grace of our true parents. So what did Mother say? This world will now gradually, not instantaneously, we are not living in the kingdom of heaven yet, but will now gradually be set in order under your dominion. Remember, we always thought about this pendulum, right? How much is evil and how much is good? And good was very small and evil was very big. But now finally, we've gotten to the point where the goodness is overriding the evil in the cosmos. That's what I feel this means. And a world of one family of humankind attending the heavenly parent will, with true love, will surely unfold. This is our Mother's promise. This is what she sees. This is what God is telling her. So she has given us a golden era and a new environment through the entrance ceremony. It's a new age. It's begun, maybe small. Maybe it's small. How many of you could go to the entrance ceremony in Korea last year? Only a few, very few, huh? So it was an amazing experience. It was really an amazing experience. And whether you believe it or not, I keep saying this to people because, you know, people say, well, I don't really know if we're living in a goal. I don't feel any different. You know, it's the same old thing to me. Well, doesn't matter because we are. And if you want to get in on it, maybe something needs to change a little bit. You know? So personally, I don't want to miss this time. I am jumping on the bandwagon, and my husband and I, we are trying to unite with Mother as much as we can. We're trying to do whatever we can to clear up our spirit world, to make our relationship better. You know, many, many things between us over the years. Even we worked really hard for the Providence, but we still had, you know, some really difficult times. I'm very strong. He's very strong. You know, we had very strong opinions and we hurt each other deeply over the years, but we just really decided we're not going to let this continue. But we couldn't stop it by ourselves. We couldn't stop it alone. So we started praying at the Junction 1. We started liberating central evil spirits. We started doing all kinds of wish papers, central evil spirits of people we knew, our family members. You know, it's not easy and it's not cheap, but it completely changed our lives. We're a new couple. We see each other differently. I don't react to him like I used to react. He doesn't react to me the same way. We're able to solve things. If we do have something to happen, you know, I'll go and pray about it at the Junction when, and then God will tell him. God will explain to him, that wasn't really good what you said that day. And then he'll come back and he'll apologize to me. It's like we've got special angels helping us out. So we are living in a golden age. And we really need to connect to the things that Mother is telling us in order to benefit from this golden age. You know, God wants us to be happy, right? Do you believe that?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
God gave us the blessing so we could be happy, not to make us miserable. But sometimes the blessing was difficult because we have certain ancestral problems. But we can't give up. So we need to really think of how we're living as blessed families, as chosen people of Angelucci. We need to really reflect about this. You know, what are the traditions and values that we should be following as blessed families? Sometimes when we've been together for a while, we come to some kind of agreement. You know, we don't need to do pledge anymore, or we don't need to do okay, I'll do mine and you do yours, or I'll read sometimes. I don't really like to read, my eyes aren't good anymore, or we've got all kinds of justifications. But these things are important. We should be praying together. We should be studying together. If we're not doing that as a couple, there's no protection over our family. We need to have good prayers, you know, together as a couple. We need to study God's words as a couple. We need to create a good environment. You know, maybe after many years we've fallen into a slump. So we need to make a new determination and take responsibility and unite with true parents. You know, Mother, I keep mentioning this to people, Mother gives very short speeches, you know. So we may read them and we think, oh, okay, I understand, but we really have to look. You know, she talked about forgive, love, and become one. She didn't say forgive, love, and unite. What's the difference between unite and become one? You know, did you think about that? Why now she said forgive, love, and become one? What's the difference? What does it need to become one?
More permanent.
Okay, that's a good point. It's more permanent. You become one, you're really one, right? Did you used to unite with your central figure? Right.
Not always.
Not always, but you knew that was the goal, right? I have to unite. What does unite mean?
Work together.
Work together, do what they say, follow the direction. Is your heart in it, always? It means that you're not fighting. You don't obviously struggle. I'm willing to listen to my husband and follow what he says, but I'm not very happy with it. Women, do you understand? Right? Become one means to think the same, to feel the same, to have the same vision, the same heart, the same goal. We haven't been able to do that very well. This is something we really have to look at. So Mother calls us chosen people of Angelucci. So what are chosen people? This is from AI. I asked AI, I said, what's chosen people if you don't focus on the Jews? And it says like this. Chosen people are not a single ethnic group, but any people who accept a calling, take responsibility for God's purpose, and live out a mission for the sake of others. Ooh, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
This is a blessed couple, isn't it?
Yeah.
We accepted a calling. We stood before true parents in the world and we vowed that we were going to become an example, you know. And we take responsibility for God's purpose, the purpose that true parents have explained to us. And we're living a mission for the sake of others. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be your family, but your family is living for the sake of others, you know. So this is what chosen people are, and we need to really become those chosen people. It's not so complicated. It's a mindset, right? It's a heart set. So you are chosen, right? Can you realize that? You were chosen the moment you said the vows of the blessing and became a blessed couple and a blessed family. So, do you feel what our true mother has done for us? Do you feel that in your heart?
Yeah.
Somebody? Anybody?
Yeah.
Thank you. You need to feel in your heart. We need to realize in our soul that this is a new age. that our true parents have created for us, and that we are privileged to live in this day and age. Mother is in prison. Well, she's in the hospital. She'll soon go back to prison. And she is not discouraged. She's not losing hope, because she is totally connected to God's heart. She understands God's heart and understands the meaning behind what is happening right now. She gets it. She knows what God is trying to accomplish. Of course she wants to come out, and God wants her to come out. She's many, many things to do now, and God misses her. So my husband was able to go to Korea recently, and he visited Mother in the detention center. And also he was able to go to the Chunwon-gun in the Chunil Sanctum. Again, in a more peaceful and quiet time. And I thought it would be very nice if we heard his experience there. Would you like to hear that?
Yes, please, yes.
Yeah, but can you share what happened when you went there?
Yeah, it's hard to jump from where we are to that dimension, right? We are living here, and maybe you can close your eyes for a second, and probably you remember some photography or some pictures that were showing her place. So when I was given a chance to go there, and I felt, how can I meet True Mother? What am I going to say to her? And then I decided I want to go 3 days earlier to make conditions and to understand her situation. Okay, maybe you can just, anyway, it was snowing that day when I reached that place, and it was quite hard to reach there. And but brothers and sisters are making everyday conditions. They decided to sleep there in that place. Actually, that place, detention center, is nobody's allowed to be there. But this brother, he was determined. He said, "I'll give my life standing here day and night to pray and to make conditions to support True Mother." So when I saw that, I said, "Oh my God, And then he said, "Can you give my hand? Give me your hand." And then she grabbed my hand like this. I said, "Wait, this is how Mother hold my hand." You saw when she was leaving the detention center to go to the hospital, right? And then he said, "Come here, do you see around here, Mother, come," and then walk. So we went around, and then we could walk. There is a road actually just beside the detention center. And then he showed me the place where she is. Anyway, this is just, but I was preparing because, can you imagine, usually we see True Mother with that kind of a situation, right? Sometimes a crown, sometimes a beautiful attire. But in the detention center, she was wearing a prisoner clothes. So I went inside, and I was shocked, but my character is, I want to encourage her. So I told her, "Mother, you look so beautiful." But the brother beside me, he just blasted in tears. He couldn't stand. That was the reality. To see Mother in that kind of condition, say, I couldn't stand. My mother said, "Take care of brothers and sisters." That's what she told me. And she said, "Don't worry, and say everything is going to be okay. But she was comforting us. That's what she's doing. And actually I realized her holy body is there. She's suffering. Yeah, she is. She's not, she's a physical human being. Right? She's not an angel or so she is paying indemnity physically. But her spirit is not there. She's everywhere. She's here right now, talking to you, thanking you for what you're doing, to see this beautiful community is a joy. And I'm writing about you to her, what you're doing, and make sure to share your testimonies. But when I went to the Chongun, and I was at the center of the Holy Temple, and as you know, that place we say that God is living there. But God told me, Mother should be here. So we accept many things for, we take for as animals. That is supposed to be, she's supposed to be in prison, but how can we allow this to happen? So please, I don't want to talk much, I want to let my wife continue. But please think, take some time, to let her say what she wants to say to you personally, to your heart. And I think she has a lot of things to share. Yeah. Thank you.
So what can we do for our true mother? So this is a serious question for both young people and the elders here. Right? She needs our help. She's very old and her health's not good. She still has many things that she wants to do. In the past, true parents went on speaking tours. They went all over the world, hundreds and hundreds of cities. I don't know, did they come to Manchester? Yeah. So, it's, our true parents made such an investment. When they had a message to give, they went out and they went to hundreds of places, thousands of places actually, over and over again. When there was a new providence, a new message, something they had to proclaim. We don't want our true mother to have to do this anymore, right? She has. So how's the word going to get out then?
Witness.
Okay. Finish sermon. But I still have to touch your heart, you see, because it's not so easy. Our heart has to be moved. We have to understand, our dearest mother, who has really sacrificed so much for us, she said before she went into prison, she told some of the leaders, I can't go to prison because I have to go to America and talk to Trump. I have to educate him. I have to help him to understand how to use that incredible position in a proper way. She wants to go and share with many people. She wants to educate us more. She wants to help us more. So how is the word going to get out? Yes, by witnessing, by us telling people. So it's hard when you think, tell people about the only begotten daughter. Yeah, sure. I'm going to go stop the guy out in the street and tell him about the only begotten daughter. No. We're going to do what happened with AJ. We're going to love these people, and we're going to embrace them. We're going to take care of them. And then they're going to understand that they need to attend Heavenly Parent. And that the only begotten daughter is teaching us how. So how is the world going to know about Heavenly Parent, about Heavenly Mother, about God's only begotten daughter? She needs us to educate people. Each and every one of us. You know? Honestly, brothers and sisters, that's the reason that we're not really, experiencing a beautiful environment, because we're not really reaching out enough. It goes hand in hand. We think, oh, I'm not going to bring somebody here because the environment's not so loving and caring. But how is the environment going to become loving and caring? Is if we bring more people. Because we're human, If it's just us, we'll just act any way we want to. But if it's new people, we're a little more conscientious about who we are and how we love. So, honestly, brothers and sisters, why are we not on the rooftops screaming and proclaiming, That's because we don't really understand how much God is suffering and how much God has been trying to create this new world. He's been working so hard, he's been doing so much, he's been patient and kind and loving with every single one of us, and now we're so close. Now we're so close. I don't know why I feel to tell you this, but recently I had a spiritual reading. If you know Claire Doherty, she's a kind of a medium, and she's our blessed member, and she was doing a reading for me, and she's in the reading. My mother came. Now I haven't heard, and I haven't had any spiritual experience with my mother since she went to the spiritual world. And so she came with a basket. So I was really happy to hear that my mother was there, and my mother had a message for me. And my mother was telling me, please pray to your Catholic ancestors to ask them for help. But the way you should pray is to first say the rosary, or say a Hail Mary or an All Father first, and attract them, and make some common base with them. She said you have many women ancestors who were praying desperately, kneeling on the hard stone floor in the church praying. And these women are still there, and they want to pray for you, they want to support you, but you need to connect with them and then give them direction.
Have you got your rosary beads?
Yeah, I know, I didn't get them yet, but. So we were thinking we should go to Ireland and find some of those old churches, And anyways, we need to understand that there are many, many people there that want to help us. The spirit world is ready. God has been trying to create this new world, and we're so close. But we are in the time. If we're not experiencing it, it's because our hearts are not in the right place. Are we really thinking about God? Are we thinking about God's situation? Are we thinking about Mother's situation? So, we must make Mother's wish and dream our wish and dream. Mother wants 1/3 of the world population to attend Heavenly Parents. That means we need to talk about God. We need to do social media about God. We need to educate people about God. We need to think, how can we really spread this kind of thinking more and more? So let us really decide to allow our true Mother to rest. Do you want Mother to rest?
Yes.
Do you want that when she comes out that she's going to have to work hard again? Or do you want her to come out and say, wow, you've done so much while I was in prison, I'm so excited. You have all these new members in Bolton, and it's really thriving and exciting. Right? Isn't that what we want?
Yes.
We want Mother to really be able to see a change in our movement when she comes out. Doesn't she deserve to rest?
Yes.
So we have the power to let her rest, brothers and sisters. So we need to really do our best to understand her heart and do the things that can help our true Mother. Not because we should do this and should do that, because our heart is so moved that we want to do it. So I'd like to finish with some words from our true Mother. You must fulfill your responsibility. We don't like this word, right? Responsibility. Do you like that word? But what is it? It's our ability to respond. Respond to our own heart, to her heart. True mother, the only begotten daughter, cannot do everything by herself. I pray that all of you will become the blessed families that, together with me, will create a greater, higher, and broader environment in which people can attend Heavenly Parent. Shall we do this, brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Would you like to do this?
Yes.
Of course. Please join me in prayer.